Between the hedges, Georgia dogs coming out. War Eagle flying over Jordan hair skies. Hotty toddy down in Oxford, rebels rise. Cowbells ringing in Starkville all night. Rocky Top singing in that Leland light. Anchor down Vandy, black and gold pride. Gamecocks crowing in Columbia loud and wide. Saturday light, y'all know the deal. SC pride, we keep it real from the swamp to the grove. Let that crowd roll. It's water cooler talk, we talk that score. Saturday light, y'all know the deal. SC pride, we keep it real from the swamp to the grove. Let that crowd roll. It's water cooler talk, we talk that score. Gators in the swamp, chomping all day long. Saturday nights in Death Valley, that tiger strong. So we Razorbacks, crowd calling the hogs. Blue Ridge battle Wildcats, bringing the dogs. Show me Miss Zoe, black and gold fight. Boomer sooner running on a Saturday night. Hook 'em horns, burnt orange in the sun. 12th man standing, Aggies get it done. Saturday light, y'all know the deal. SC pride, we keep it real from the swamp to the grove. Let that crowd roll. It's water cooler talk, we talk that score. Saturday light, y'all know the deal. SC pride, we keep it real from the swamp to the grove. Let that crowd roll. It's water cooler talk, we talk that score.
Welcome to this presentation of Water Cooler Talk Sports.
Yes, sir. We are back around the water cooler. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Nick Frazier, and welcome around the water cooler, man. We appreciate y'all so much, man, here on Water Cooler Talk Sports Network. The man, you can't see him, but you can hear him. Tell him who you are, boss, man.
Yeah, it's your boy Marcus Fitzpatrick. Let's go. Let's get it.
Yes, sir, man. We appreciate y'all so much for rocking with us. And as always, around the water cooler with us tonight, ladies and gentlemen, it is the man, the myth, the legend. It is DC Wolf. What's up, DC? How you feeling, man?
What's up, man? Glad to be with the fam tonight, bro. Let's go. Let's get it, Marcus.
Yes, man. Also, man, I got speaking through the wire. Drink a mousse for breakfast and insure for dessert. Somebody order pancakes. He just sipped the scissor. Ladies and gentlemen, man, it's SC season. It is. Tez, what's going on, man? How you feeling, man?
Sis.
Man, feeling pretty good, man. Feeling pretty good. Had a tooth pull today, so I'm here. So if you ever wanted to say something in the chat that Tez couldn't respond to, now is the night. Get it off the night.
That's a warrior right there, man.
Drink the mousse for breakfast, man.
Jesus, man. Man don't know what a pull tooth.
Speaking through the wire. That's what it is. That's what it is. That's what it's called, man. Speaking through the wire. That's what it is, man. I wish we could play music on here. I don't want to get demonetized. Ladies and gentlemen, do me a favor before we get this thing started, man. Make sure you subscribe to these YouTube channels. Subscribe to I got Tez at his SECs, and I got Tight Sports and Alabama Football Mega Cast. DC Wolf over at Auburn _Addicts TV. Dustin over at the Uptempo Podcast. Be Sharp over at Sharpshooter Sports Talk. I got Vandy Chris over at the Go to Broom Podcast and the Anchor Down Live Podcast on Facebook. Also, at the Huggy Beard himself on YouTube and on Twitter. I got at Kid Country on YouTube as well. And of course, the legend himself, Bubba and the Old Man, Auburn Sports Talk. Also, make sure you subscribe to JMHO Sports Talk with I got Coach Sean on the Block Sports with Coach Carl and I guy Dylan over at the College Loop, man. Also, make sure you support the people that support Water Cooler Talk Sports, man. Shout out to I got DJ Day one supporter of Water Cooler Talk Sports, man. Follow him on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube at Hollywood_media. That's Hollywood with an EY. And of course, follow him on Facebook at Hollywood Media with 2 A's, man. We appreciate y'all so much for messing with the people that mess with Water Cooler Talk Sports, man. We thank y'all so much for rocking with them. Also, I got Chef Country, Adelines by Chef Country, 2371 Highway 14 in Talkerville, Alabama, where we do it right. 2371 Highway 14 in Talkerville, Alabama, where we do it right. Make sure y'all go over there and check them out. We will be there October 17, 2026 for the Auburn at Georgia game, man. Going live from Adelines in Talkerville. Shout out to our guy, Kid Country, a.k.a. Chef Country, a.k.a. the Charleston White of YouTube, man. We appreciate you so much, man, for rocking with us. If you have not had a chance to check out our interview with one young Hayden Coleman here on Water Cooler Talk Sports Network, man, check him out, man. Rising 2028 prospect. Another one of those guys out of Theodore High School, man. Theodore is getting a lot of guys over there. They got a program. They got a squad, man. Just got his first offer from Memphis. Yesterday, we spoke with him. We spoke with him literally about 15 minutes after he got back from his unofficial visit to LSU. Had a chance to speak with him there, man. So, I mean, big things are coming from him. 90 total tackles last year as a sophomore. 46 solos, 44 assisted as an inside linebacker, outside linebacker, box linebacker type player. Man, I'm telling you, this kid right here is going to be a name to watch in the recruiting rankings within the next 2 years, man. Hayden Coleman. Check out that interview on the channel as well. Also, man, follow us on our social medias, man. Follow us at CoolerSpot23 on Twitter, at the Water Cooler Talk on Instagram and on TikTok, and of course at the Water Cooler Talk Podcast Facebook page. Also visit www.watercoolertalksports.com. Again, it's www.watercoolertalksports.com, man, for all of your college football, SEC football, Auburn football news in written form. And of course, we got high school recruiting and just recruiting in total on there, man. Put an article up there about one young Israel Abrams who ended up committing to Miami today. And if you shouldn't be that much surprised by it. That's what it seems like it was trending towards. Yep. Like the past 10 days, if not. He just came back from Miami literally this past weekend. So, put an article up there about young Israel Abrams committing there, man. So, Auburn will move forward looking for their next quarterback, man. Also, man, if you want to support the channel, man, $5.99 a month, man, to join the Coolest Cubes gang. First of all, you support the channel, and then, of course, get member-only content as soon as we get people that want to join. You know, it is what it is. Man, we appreciate y'all so much. Also, if you want to super chat us during the show, super chat us, man. We appreciate that as well. Thank y'all so much. Fellas, man, y'all ready to get into this conversation tonight or what? Or what? Which one is it?
Let's go. I'm ready, man. I'm ready.
That's what it is, man. Shout out to everybody that's rocking with us in the chat, man. Auburn Dad for Life in the chat. What's up, AD4L? You rocking with us, man?
AD4L in the building.
What's up, my guy? Slugged Up Durkin said, Cam said what he said. We about to talk about it in a minute, Slugged Up. Shout out to you, man. AU TJ.
TJ in the building.
What's up, TJ, man? Hope you're feeling good. The legend himself, the legend of Sweet Sugar Bob Williams, the Rooster Mac, the Huggy Beard is rocking with us in the chat. What's up, Huggy? Teresa is in the chat. What's up, Teresa? War Eagle to you,
Teresa.
Appreciate
How
you
you
so
doing?
much, man. Yes, sir. We talked that score here around the water cooler. It is nothing but Big Sarge himself, man. Shout out to Big Sarge for rocking with us as well, man. I got King Richard rocking with us. King Richard, man. We appreciate you so much, man, for giving us a chance of rocking with us. The king of the comments, Travell, is in the chat. He said the commercials are killing me. Hey, I have no control over the commercials. I have no control over that. Sorry, I don't. So, man,
what they trying to sell you, Travell?
Probably nothing. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It is what it is. He said Theodore used to be a powerhouse in 6A. They took a small fall, but they don't know. Yes, they did, man. They made it all the way. Theodore made it all the way to the semifinals in the Alabama High School Athletic Association playoffs. Last year, they lost to Benjamin Russell, if I'm not mistaken. Which was Coach Kurt Johnson and Cedarian Morgan and those guys, Kingston Prier, those guys at Benjamin Russell. They lost to those guys like the game right before going to the game before going to the game to play for the state championship. They lost in the second round, I believe it was. So it is what it is, man. We appreciate y'all so much, man. Oh, there he is, Ricky Seals Jones in the chat, man. What's up, man? What's going on, Ricky Seals Jones in here, man? Appreciate you so much for rocking with us. Tavian Upshaw in the chat. What's up, Tavian? What's up, my guy? How you feeling? How you feeling? Calvin Peterson in the chat.
Calvin.
What's up, Calvin, man? We appreciate you so much, man. We appreciate you, man. Thank y'all so much, man, for continuing to rock with us here around the water cooler. Let's get into this conversation tonight, man. Cam Newton is in the news a lot these days, man. First off, he was in the news for having one journalist that a lot of people don't like on his show, and he's supposed to be cool with the journalist he's with on First Take all the time, and there's a little back and forth between there and one dude from another journalist from another famous podcast on YouTube had something to say about it, and then the dude that he was talking about had a rebuttal to him. It was a lot. Cam Newton is a lot. It is what it is. But Cam Newton, man, this morning, man, there was a video circulating around this morning. Cam Newton seemed to be after a workout this morning. Well, let's pause. Let's come back a little bit. Yesterday, Auburn had their first real scrimmage underneath the lights in Jordan-Hare Stadium. Cam Newton was in attendance. A lot of former players in attendance there. This morning, Cam was at the facility working out. And from what I can gather, it seems as if they had recruits there and the recruits wanted to meet Cam Newton. That's what it seems like. It seems like the recruits wanted to meet or wanted to get a picture or wanted to talk to Cam. It was some kind of way it was dealing with recruiting. And I just let the video speak for itself. It's not the entire video because when it starts, it's like half, it cuts in right when he's in the middle of what he's saying. But here is what Cam Newton said in the video to whoever he was talking to about that. So here it is.
I'm tired of supporting something that's not winning. Can you deliver that message to them, please? Especially to the parents. Yes. Before they ask for money, we want winners. That's our restitution. We give you money, you give us wins. And if you don't, Control Alt Delete. And go back to where the
Play it one more time for you, just in case, man. We'll go play it one more time.
and go back to where the hell they came from. I'm tired of supporting something that's not winning. Can you deliver that message to them, please? Especially to the parents. Yes. Before they ask for money, we want winners. That's our restitution. We give you money, you give us wins. And if you don't, Control Alt Delete.
So that video came from Instagram _ AU family on the Instagram account from _ AU family on Instagram. It's the video courtesy of them. Cam said what he said. I'm gonna get it started with y'all. Marcus, your thoughts on what you just heard.
Yeah, so he was talking to the strength and conditioning coach and another recruiter for Auburn, and basically he's just telling them the truth, man. we tired of supporting a losing product, man. If they gonna come to Auburn, if they getting paid to come to Auburn, if they gonna come in, because these parents now are talking about money just as well as these kids are. Since we're gonna talk about dollars, we're gonna talk about wins. And if you can't bring us wins, we don't need you. So I'm with Cam on this one, man.
Okay. All right. I get where you're coming from on that. We'll go into it a little bit deeper later on. DC, your thoughts on it?
Man, it's hard to assimilate, like, who is he talking to and what is the reference and what is the whole picture? You see what I'm saying? That's hard for me to assimilate. But just seeing what he said, man, from whoever he was talking to, he was speaking some truth. And you know what I'm saying? Obviously, as an Auburn fan and some fans, man, the truth just hurts. But it's not always bad, man. We account it as the truth hurting, meaning it's negative. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes, well, the truth is always positive. It just doesn't care what your feelings feel. You know what I'm saying? So with that, what he was saying, man, from what he was talking about, I can agree just in principle what he's saying. I don't know who he was saying it to and why he was saying it, but you know, he was speaking truths. I can tell you that.
Yeah, I don't think nobody did. I don't think nobody disagree with what he was saying or exactly the words that came out. But I don't think nobody disagree with that. But I think it could be a little bit more nuanced than that. Ted, your thoughts?
Yeah, of course I don't disagree with what he's saying. It just, I voiced my opinions on Cam Newton on here before. And it just sometimes is a little hollow because he only comes around when we're winning anyway. So it's refreshing to see him actually there in the beginning of the process and not when it's a big game and we've won something significant. So yeah, I agree with what he's saying, but he's not in these trenches like we are throughout this whole 5 and 7 season. You know, he kind of shows up when the moment is right for Cam Newton. I mean, that's my personal feelings though, but on its face, yeah, of course. I'm tired of supporting something that didn't win either, but that doesn't mean I'm not gonna support it because I bleed orange and blue, you know. So it is what it is. Like, and it's something that probably needed to be said. Like you said, tell the parents that too. So yeah, I mean, coming from him, a player like Cam Newton with his stature and the way these kids look at him, it'll be a whole lot more impactful than if I said it.
I wonder what the catalyst though was.
This is what I was about to speculate.
Awesome.
This is where the speculation come in at. All right. So on the face of what he said, the words, I don't disagree with anything that he said because it's the God's honest truth. You know, and if you look at it in your own personal life and you look at it in like your own, you know, your own business dealings, why would you continue to financially, you know, emotionally, and even you know, physically continue to give to something if it's not producing fruit? You know what I'm saying? Why would you? You know, unless you think that something that there's a breakthrough on the other end. But here's the thing. When you talk about, like, and I'm gonna speculate from this perspective, and I'm gonna make up this scenario because this is just from what I can gather from around, I'm gonna make up a scenario that's probably not even correct, but is what I got. More than likely, you had a scrimmage the night before. It was close to the public, but there were former players, there were high school coaches, there were coaches who brought recruits on unofficial visits to watch the scrimmage. You're trying to get a lot of these top guys who are coming to Auburn on a regular basis unofficially to kind of find what edge you can get to get Auburn ahead and things of that nature. And when you think about these kids that you're recruiting, when they started watching the game of football, when they started, you know, getting active in the game of football, the first big player that they can remember in college football was probably the guy that's sitting on the sideline right now that we talking about right now, Cam Newton, right? So if you are a kid, 16, 17, 18 years old, right? 16 years old, that's literally 10 years ago. That's right around the time Cam Newton was at Auburn. So he was probably just born. If you 17, 18, you were 2, 3, maybe 4 years old when you saw Auburn win the national championship and you remember Cam Newton. Now, as a kid at that time, you looking at it and you saying, man, this is a guy that I remember playing. He was exciting. I enjoy watching him. I just want to, I want to meet him and get a picture with him potentially, you know, and see what's up, you know. And then if it can help advance the recruitment in any kind of way, why not do it? You know, why not do it? Why not as you as Cam Newton go and do that? And do that because that could be the straw between this dude committing to Auburn or committing to another school. I got a chance to meet Cam Newton on my visit. And now with me being able to say I got a chance to meet Cam Newton and how he's around the program so much, I have access to a guy that was an NFL MVP. He won the Heisman Trophy. He took a team, he took an organization in the NFL that was down for a good 10, 12, 13 years before he got there and took him to a Super Bowl. Now you can have your questions about what he did in the Super Bowl. That's a whole nother discussion. But he was the face of the NFL for a period of time. He was the face of football for a period of time. And he brought a program in Auburn that did not have that did not have any type of national hopes before he got there. And took him to the highest point in college football and helped deliver a national championship along the way. Now, when you look at it from that perspective, and you are a recruit, and I don't know if he went and met with the recruits anyway. I'm guessing that what was asked of the person that was coming to ask him was, could you come meet these guys and could you come, do this and that and that and that? And that was his response to it. That's what I'm guessing is what happened.
No, okay, because I'm wondering
know,
like what was that triggered
Yeah.
that,
I
man?
thought I read up under the post.
But he's
up under the post, they were saying he was talking to the strength and conditioning coach at the morning workout.
Yeah, but there were still recruits in the building that were trying to meet with him as well.
Did you also see what he posted on his original page about that spring game?
What did he post?
He said that when he's feeling the vibe of the players that he was around, they feel very entitled, and they didn't put in the work. They seem very. He's not encouraged by what he's seeing so far right now.
That's what Cam Newton said.
I just watched that video.
Go on Cam Newton.
He said he did say some of them though. He didn't say like all.
Yeah, he didn't say all
said
of them.
He said some of the players are entitled. They want things that they haven't worked for.
That's
and
okay.
Things of such and that. Like,
okay, I'm looking at the video. I'm looking at the video now. I see what you're talking about. I get what you're saying. Yeah, okay, that's fine. I get, but he's talking about players on the team right now.
But I'm saying
from what he's talking about, we talking about the recruits.
Like you were saying earlier, from when you were speculating, those comments could have came from how he felt from watching the spring game that following night.
Yeah, because that's like the way from the video, it's just like, bro, that was like a hot take. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like he was frustrated about something.
Like what?
He's expressed these sentiments before though, like publicly.
That's my point. He has expressed
like
before.
He said, like they're not winning. That's why I'm not down there as much. I don't like things that aren't winners. He said that on his platform before, so that's why I said it felt hollow to me because
okay.
You see Takeo Spikes, right? Even Cadillac before he had to leave, but prior to that, you saw these players, you saw these Auburn men. What we need, I love the fact that he's showing up now. That's great. We needed this a long time ago.
I agree.
Think about like you said, these players likely have they have affinity for Cam Newton. They grew up, he's a hero to them. Do you understand? Does he understand what his impact could have been had he just done this?
That's the point I was. That's the point I was trying to make before you brought up, before Marcus brought up the video on his what's the name. The point I was making was, yeah, I get that feeling. I get the feeling that what Cam is saying, but you could be the launching pin between a guy committing to Auburn or committing to another school. You get what I'm saying? And we all know that, yeah, you're in the age of NIL. Some guys are going to get paid that won't pan out. That's just, that happens in the NFL.
The reality of it.
Too. Guys in the NFL get major contracts off of 1 year. And then after 1 year, they don't do anything else after that. So that's life. That's anything. But when you in college football and you in the game of where you're in the game of trying to continually get talent, and you have the guys that have the talent that want to come in and be a part of it and potentially be a part of it. And now that you're making that statement, and like I said, we don't know if he went and met with the recruit, met with the parents or anything, because he specifically said, tell the parents, especially the parents, before they start asking for money. He specifically said that. We don't know. We don't know what happened after that video. We just know what happened in what we saw right there. If you say something like that, yeah, and then you don't look at it from the perspective of how that kid looks at it, it could be something that's detrimental to recruiting, in my opinion. But my bad, Tesco. I just had to get that out. I just had to finish my thought before that. But go ahead.
I totally agree with you, and it also implies that we've had a player problem at Auburn, right? That the players have been the issue, the reason why we've been struggling. So we've had discussions on this. We blame the coach. I'm going to say we blame the coach, but a lot of us, a lot of this was on Hugh Freeze. A lot of this was on the previous coach. I don't know if it's necessarily been a player problem. I don't know if like we've just been getting players that just have been like that entitlement that they have comes from somewhere. It comes from the head, right? The reason why you see a difference. Yeah. The reason why the reason why it feels different now is because there's a new person in charge, right? So now the players probably won't have this sense of entitlement, or so to speak. That's why I'm glad Marcus brought up that one, because like I don't know, I don't get that. Now, of course, I'm not there, but I don't get that.
But
did
you get the vibe of did you get the vibe of frustration, Tez?
Yeah, when he started it, it started off from a place of like negativity, like
But let's be fair about this. What you caught was him was in the middle of a response to
No. I'm talking about his video that he put on his page.
Oh, you talking about the entitlement video?
Yes.
Yeah, he started off from just and I listen, Cam's statement on his face. I just want to say, like, I totally agree with him. I totally agree with it on his face. But we wouldn't even be having this discussion had this come from Takeo Spikes.
No,
you see what I'm saying? It's because it's coming from him, and it's like, I mean, come on, bro. Takeo Spikes isn't an Auburn guy through and through. 5-7, 6-6, it doesn't matter. He may say these things, but he's also showing up. He's also encouraging. He's also trying to get these kids in the building. He's been doing that for the last, I don't know how long, right? For the last 5 years since we've been losing, Cam has been speaking on Auburn in this vein, right? I never see him doing anything that encourages recruits to sign with Auburn.
I'm good with you saying.
Trying to bring in talent. Like, it's always something that's like, and listen, I'm glad Deuce Knight didn't get the number, right? I'm glad he didn't give Deuce Knight his number because of how things panned out. But if you think back about that situation, he responded to a text message on a national platform. Yeah. That's not cool. How does that affect recruits that are looking at that? Like, why would I want to play at a school where you got the biggest player, one of the biggest players in the school's history, is always talking about, like, listen, the vibe around the program is great right now. He's probably been the statements from on his Twitter and then what he's just saying now has probably been the most negative I've seen a player speak on this. And then is it like, you know, is Takeo Spikes and all these other players, are they just sunshine pumping? Or is the vibe really different and things sound different? He's coming in and it's like, well, wait a minute.
Hold up,
as it all seems.
Yeah.
So like, that's what I said. Like, man, I don't know. Like, and he should be Cam Newton, in my opinion, as the face of your program, as the celebrity face of your program, would work dividends. Like, it would work wonders for Auburn, because, like you said, he's the one that's the point. Don't know who
that's the point. That's the point I'm making, because, and I'm that's the point I'm making, because, and I'm gonna give you two examples. If you watch wrestling, right? If you watch wrestling, Cody Rhodes is the face of WWE right now. Cody Rhodes goes out and does all interviews everywhere. The American Nightmare, Dusty Rhodes' son. He goes out and does interviews everywhere. He's the face of WWE. You know, Roman Reigns, one of the faces of WWE, and things and stuff like that. When they need people to go out and big up the company, when they're trying to sell a PLE, when they're trying to sell something to where they need fan support, because that's what the WWE is. They don't operate unless the fans come. When they need something like that, they go out and they get the guy that is the guy in WWE, or the guys, to come in and help sell the event. Is what they do. You don't see Tim Tebow not trying to get people to come to Florida or saying negative things about Florida in the press like that. And I'm not saying Cam is doing that. Seems like Tez is saying that's what Cam is doing a little bit to a degree. I'm not saying he's doing that, but when you are the face or the most recognizable face of something in that vein, you don't there's a responsibility you have to at least still push the brand so that people can still be attracted to it. Because if you don't do that, people gonna look at you and be like, oh, he feel that way, then why should I be attracted to it?
That's
You're
right.
the big you are the biggest part of this whole thing, and I'm kind of attracted to it because I remember you playing there.
But
you know what I'm saying?
It wasn't the
question.
fact that he made us feel like it was a bad situation. It was just like, all right, from when you interview Golesh, from what we've been hearing about Golesh, everybody been saying the energy of the team has been rejuvenated. It's just a different feeling. Then you hear Cam walk in like, these same undisciplined kids, same entitled kids that we've been seeing. The same vibe that y'all thought that was gone is still here.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is that what he's? If he's saying that, then that's.
I don't know if he said that. I don't know if he said that per se. But
he mentioned it as if he recognized that type of behavior still on the program. Like he was talking about the current roster. He wasn't talking about previous. He was talking about these guys. He said these guys out here right now.
He said he specifically spoke about the scrimmage. So you got people, you got people screaming. You got you under these lights. I'm like, wow.
Yeah, that's eye opening if that's what he's saying, man.
I just think about this. This is my way I think about it. Take the celebrity status away, and this is just a regular person. What do we call people that say that say I'm not going to support Auburn unless they're winning?
Are you saying that's bandwagon fans? Hayden fans? What are you trying to say?
Yeah.
No, you said it.
Oh, bandwagon fans. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I get what you're saying. Okay.
Like if you take away the whole Cam Newton played here, all that, whatever, and the regular fan says that same statement to you, and it's like, bro, what do you mean? Like I bleed orange and blue. We say it all the time. Win, lose, or draw, we gonna show up.
Yeah, I feel you.
Okay, but at what point do you demand a ROI though?
No, you definitely.
You know
here's the thing: you definitely need a ROI. You definitely need there definitely needs to be a return on investment.
Right.
You know, if coaches are held to the standard of if you can't get this done, then and we can't get an ROI on you winning games within a certain amount of time, then we need to be looking for another guy. It's the same thing with players too, especially in this day, especially in this day and age of college football. I don't like to the point like we don't disagree with anything that came out of Cam Newton's mouth.
Right.
Now, one word that he said, we do not disagree with it. What my thing is you not saying that publicly. You're not saying what he said publicly, or whoever was recording it should not have made it public of what he said. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Because like I said, they're made like, and I go back to my WWE reference. Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, CM Punk, they all may have beef with each other. They all may have beef with each other. They all may have some type of gripe with the company. But they not about to record themselves saying, oh, I got gripe with the company, and then try to go out there and sell a PLE, a SummerSlam or a WrestleMania for you to pay to watch. They're not about to do that. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
If you have those disagreements, then have the disagreements behind closed doors.
Fact.
I guess my problem is, and now that we're talking it out, I guess my problem is with the person that recorded it and actually put it out. Why would you put that out?
But
it's probably what happened.
But Cam has already said, even with his little Stephen A situation, he wants the clickbait. He want to be an algorithm like that.
He said that.
But Ted, let me ask you this: you've seen both videos. From that Cam video, from that spring game to this morning's video from when he was working out, and he said what he said. Doesn't that look like a person who was around the team, and then woke up this morning, was frustrated from what he saw, and was just probably talking to somebody and was like, "Hey man, we need to change the culture here. When we talking to parents, we need to bring in winners." Because I ain't liking what I'm feeling right now.
I mean,
that's the vibe I got from.
We all
both
agree with that. We all agree with that statement. I think we all agree with that statement.
I think it's just the messenger. Like when you really think about it, because Cole Kubelik said way worse than that.
And Charles Barkley said the same thing. He was like, "Y'all think I'm gonna be getting millions of dollars to make Auburn good every year?" I ain't doing that.
But
he said.
But the difference between them is like they are present all the time. They're not shying away from Auburn because they're losing. They still here. They still showing up. They still clapping these kids on. They still supporting them. What positive? Like, think about it. What encouraging or anything? Think of what has Cam said about Auburn that would make a recruit want to come to this school?
Hold that thought real quick. I'm reading comments in the chat because I'm starting everything that I can because we're gonna talk about it when we get close to the end. But Brad said this. He said, "I guess I missed Cam's comments." Okay, Brad, I'll replay the video for you. We'll replay it again just so you understand what we're talking about. And I want to preference this. This is from Instagram account _AU family on Instagram, and you catch it in the middle of his statement. You catch it. You catch what he's saying in the middle of what he was saying. In the middle of what he was saying to the strength and conditioning coach and to another recruiting coordinator at Auburn. And it's not the full statement, it's just what you caught from the time that they started recording, because you can see the person recording kind of almost like, let me press record and kind of just push up in and try to get as close as I can so we can hear what he's saying. But this is what he said.
And go back to where the
Is it playing?
Nah, it's not playing on my end.
and go back to where the hell it came from. I'm tired of supporting something that's not winning. Can you deliver that message to them, please? Especially to the parents. Yes. Before they ask for money, we want winners. That's our restitution. We give you money, you give us wins. And if you don't, Control Alt Delete. And go back to where the
play it one more time.
And go back to where the hell it came from. I'm tired of supporting something that's not winning. Can you deliver that message to them, please? Especially to the parents. Yes. Before they ask for money, we want winners. That's our restitution. We give you money, you give us wins. And if you don't, Control Alt Delete.
That's the statement.
Man, that seemed like somebody hurt too, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
Somebody really hurt, bro.
Like a person
Like,
went to the spring.
Bro, that seemed like somebody hurt, bro.
But we needed this.
Golly, man.
But you see what I'm saying, though, DC?
We needed this last year.
Facts.
You see what I'm saying? We have a coach now that has instilled this. He pretty much said all of this in the press conference. Hell, he told the boosters the same thing. Like, man, we want your money. We're trying to win games. Like, we needed this last year. That's who needed to hear this, right? When it was 5 and 7, we had all these players making all of this money. That's when you needed to show up. Like, man, don't show up and have this attitude when everybody can clearly see that the program, the energy around the program is changed and the trajectory is going up. It sounds like clickbait. It sounds like you're trying to have a moment. And it's like, nah, bro, we needed that. Look, we needed that a long time ago.
Man, oh man, oh man.
You know how much more impactful that statement would have been talking to the players that we had on our team last year? Or before the Kentucky game, or after the Kentucky game. You see what I'm saying? Like, bro, that's what we need. We needed it then. Like, now they got something that's moving in the right direction. It seems like the players that we have aren't high dollar players, right? The players that we're looking at they are very selective. We just did a recruiting show. We only have 2 in the boat. It's not like we got a ton of kids. Like, man. Me personally, man, it's just me, man. I do not want to hear that from Cam. I just don't.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna keep saying this, man. I'm gonna keep saying this. None of us disagree with what came out of Cam Newton's, what the words that came out of Cam Newton's mouth. I don't think none of us disagree. I think everybody on this panel, on this show, has said that. We do not disagree with what Cam Newton said. The words that Cam Newton said We do not disagree with it. The only thing that I just have, I don't even think it's a problem. I think the only little gripe that I have with it is that you don't see the most notable face of any company, business, or whatever going out saying that about the company. That's all. And Cam Newton to the recruits, to the guys that's being recruited right now by these coaches, is the biggest college football player that they have probably watched since they've been little. And they are being recruited by Auburn and potentially have the opportunity to come play at Auburn. I just look at it like that and just be like, all right, man. Saying something like that to a recruit, into a recruit's parents, like, for example, like, put yourself in that situation. You're not an Auburn fan or anything like that. You are a high school junior getting ready to be a high school senior, or a high school sophomore getting ready to be a high school junior. You on an unofficial visit with your coach to Auburn to go watch this practice that's closed to the public. You feel important. You know, you a VIP to these guys. Nobody else can come and watch this but the people that's been invited here, which is me and a couple of other recruits. And guess who else in the stadium? The Heisman Trophy winner, NFL MVP, the guy that I watched playing when I was little, Cam Newton. And the next day, I'm on my unofficial visit. Cam in the building. I want to have an opportunity to meet Cam. And then that's the response I get. I'm looking at it like, wait a minute, man. I'm a fan of yours. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's what a kid. That's what a kid is saying. I'm a fan of yours. I mean, I just want a picture. I just want to shake your hand. I just want to say, what's up? You know, and things, stuff like that. If you a 16, 17, 18-year-old kid and you in the recruiting process, that might make you feel some type of way. Mm-hmm. That's all I'm saying. And all I'm saying is, if you are the most notable face of a program or of a college football program that had and you were part of the best season that college football program had, and you saying that to a recruit who saw you play, that recruit probably that sticks in the back of their mind potentially, because now they see you around the facility. So maybe you'll be around the facility if I come. Maybe you'll be there. Is that how you really feel? Like, first impression, like what's the thing that I always tell us? The first impression is the impression that the first impression that you give is the one that most people remember.
Mm-hmm. First impression is lasting impression.
Is that what it is? I just said a different way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's just all I'm saying. We do not disagree. As fans, we have sat here and watched Auburn be bad and suck for 5 years. We've seen that. And by the way, I'm gonna put up the graphic just so you can see it. We have watched Auburn suck for 5 years. What Cam Newton's saying is absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. Since 2021, we have been horrible. Horrible. We have been. And the graphic shows you right there. Exactly. But as a recruit, and you looking at that as a recruit, man, you sitting here saying, man, I just wanted to meet you. I just want to say what's up. I just want to be like, hey, I get a chance to meet Cam Newton, and this is the guy that's potentially going to be around. Hey, he seemed cool and everything like that. You know, I could feel they could probably feel some type of way about that, you know, from there. But it is what it is. That's just my thought process on it.
Me, I'm a little different. I'm going back to what Ted said earlier, because I'm thinking about the other video. The video where he posted on his page, I'm concerned. I'm like what you said, Ted. Is this true? Is everybody else around the program just sunshine pumping, or what? Like, how is it the same for real? And we just overhyping, like, because he got me curious at this point.
Yeah, it's an interesting statement. I would love to hear him.
Because like you said, DC.
Go on with that one, bro.
Once I seen that video, his original Cam video, then that other video from him working out, that seemed like somebody who was upset, who was really hurt and frustrated with what he's seen. Mm-hmm. So it's just like that's what it got me thinking. I'm kind of like I gotta wait to see this A-Day game now. At this point,
all I'm saying is, if we win 9-10 games, I don't want to hear you all. I don't want to hear War Eagles from Cam every other video with an Auburn hat on. I don't want to hear that, bro, because that's the same thing I would tell a regular person. Like, no, keep that over there. Yo, keep that same energy. If you don't want to support us when we down, then don't be trying to gain any credibility by supporting us when we up. Simple as that. He just a dude to me.
Whoa.
Yeah, I don't look at.
I ain't gonna go that far.
I'm just saying, like, what I mean by that is like, I'm not gonna look at him as, oh, this is Cam Newton, so we gotta just like, nah, he just a dude. Like, he's a fan just like I am now. He played there, but I don't know. It's just frustrating, man.
Let me ask y'all this, man.
Who
What? I'm gonna give y'all a what if
on the program. Always speak negative.
I'm gonna give y'all a what if. What if that is the sentiment of the whole staff, though?
It already is.
Yeah, what if that is the sentiment of Alex? And I'm not saying it is. I'm just asking a what if. What if that's the sentiment, period, right now in Auburn from the staff?
What sentiment?
Like that same sentiment, like, bro, we want return on investment. We want wins. Don't come here
it should
asking
be, though.
for money. You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't like that with Hugh Freeze. That wasn't the sentiment with Hugh Freeze. Hugh Freeze said he said he was scared to discipline players because he thought, man, that was going to drive them away. And he was like, it's not working anyway. So we might as well have this hard-nosed discipline toward these players. You know what I'm saying? So what if that is just the sentiment? What if he's projecting what the sentiment is in the building?
But the message is not that message is not a bad message. You want I want a kid to come who want to win. If that made you feel some type of way that I said that I want you here, if you come in here for money, we're gonna give you money for wins. That means you ain't a winner. That means you don't believe that you can win. You don't believe you can bring wins to the table. That made you feel some type of way. But like the only reason why I would be hurt about it if I'm looking at it from Nick's standpoint. If I came to see you on a recruitment visit and you told me that, now that hurt a little bit.
That's not what I'm saying. No, what I'm saying is, you're right. Your point is correct. If you are recruiting, you come to Auburn,
you
like,
catch strays, bro. You like, bro,
I get what you're saying,
bro.
That's not what I'm saying.
I just want autograph.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. What DC just said. All I'm saying is, I saw you as a fan, and I just see, and you Cam Newton. I just want to just probably take a picture with you. What's up?
That's what I said. Like
that's it, and that's the response I get.
You get home and see your post on the wall.
Exactly.
What if you genuinely think about that to somebody who genuinely wants to play for this program? They come in, this statement is made, and it's like, man, why are you assuming that my parents are asking for money? Like, I really want to play for Auburn. The money doesn't matter. And here it is, the biggest face of this program is like pretty much saying all these parents is just asking for money. They're it's like, bro, it just, like I said, is the messenger, the timing. We needed this when we were actually dumping money on kids with no return on investment. What he's saying needed not be said because we just saw our head coach let half our roster walk because he didn't want to pay him. Because he didn't want players that. Like, he's already made this statement from the initial press conference. Alex Golesh has made it clear what he wants the identity of the team to be and made it clear that he wasn't just going to be dumping money in the kids. He reevaluated the entire roster. The first question they asked him, when they asked him about this roster, the words out of his mouth were, I have to reevaluate everything. And then you saw a mass exodus of players that probably got paid more elsewhere. So it's like, bro, this is what's happening on the plains now. We needed you to say this to the last dude. But because you don't support things that aren't winning, you were nowhere to be found except for when they retired your jersey number.
Well, he did come to games. I can't sit and say he didn't support, because he did come to games, and games he did come to, Auburn did lose those games. Let's be honest. Every game that he's been back to, Auburn has lost every game that he's been back to. That was just a running joke. So I can't sit here and say he wasn't supportive. And
no. I'm talking about last year. What he came to one.
Well, yeah. And he normally and he would know, and that's what he kind of did, before that too. He would normally come like maybe one game a season or something like that. Like I can't sit here and say that he did not just not support the program things, and then he probably donated and probably just wasn't like
I
out
just
with
see
it.
Golesh bringing him along more.
I can't do that. So what now?
I see Golesh having him more involved than Freeze did. Like, I didn't see Cam with Jackson Arnold having one-on-ones before the season last year, but we just seen him and Brian chopping it up, talking and posting each other and having a great conversation. I didn't see his involvement last year, like Ted said, with the team versus this year. And maybe that's by design. I don't know.
Well, you know what?
I'm just taking him for his words, bro.
But to your point, a lot of former Auburn players were like that with Auburn last year. Like Sammy Coates even said something about it. I believe Sammy Coates tweeted something about Auburn, please, when former players come back, can we make it better this way and this way? And like, could it be better this way?
Bro,
so he's not the only one that having that problem.
With all due respect to Sammy Coates is no Cam Newton. There's not a coach that would coach at Auburn alive that would say, nah, Cam, we got this. Cam Newton has a free reign to show up at any university and speak to kids. He's Cam
understandable.
Newton.
I understand. Like, I get what you're saying, but if it was happening to them, it was probably happening to him as well, depending on who was in charge. That's all I'm saying. I just try to look at it as as an equal playing field, which more than likely is not, because you are correct. Cam Newton is Cam Newton. He is who he is. That statue in front of the stadium. He probably does have that kind of pool, but I don't know. We are not in that part of it. I just sit back and just
I hadn't seen the coach turn Bo Jackson away.
Good point.
You see what I'm saying? Like, if you are of that stature,
ain't nobody turning one of them 3 statues away, bro.
Yeah, bro. Like,
not
come
one of
on,
them 3
man.
statues in front of the stadium.
This is not one of these.
But okay, so that gets into another question.
I don't think he understands the power of his voice when it comes to Auburn football.
How often were they invited back too?
That's why I said, is it by design? Because it seems like Golesh is having Cam around by design.
That's what I agree with you there, Marcus.
It could be.
Yeah,
it could be. I give you that.
Makes sense.
I agree with you. I mean that I mean, you know, it is. I don't know. I mean, it is just something that I just asked the question. I don't disagree with what you're saying. With what you're saying about that, but there also has to be an invitation as well too. Most of the time.
I mean, if I got a statue in front of the building, I think that's the biggest invitation that you can give me. You feel what I'm saying? So, like,
yes, you know, I guess
a statue in front of the building, like, you don't need no invite, bro. You show up. Bo do it.
Not as much. He wasn't there a lot last year either.
But
so we can say the same thing about
game. Bo Jackson is at Auburn University all the time. All the time.
Okay. All right. Well, I get what you're saying.
Exactly my point. He doesn't live.
He doesn't live.
All the time.
All right. I guess we just don't see him a lot, or they don't make it a point to kind of show it. They didn't make it a point to kind of be like, hey, we got one of the greatest athletes to ever live, you know, that's here all the time. If you're there all the
time, they're not going to do that. But if you
pop
up every now and then, when you show up, everybody's going to be happy, and they're going to put you front and center.
Okay. All right. There it is, man. I get it. I hear what you're saying.
I don't know, man. These are just my personal feelings. I'm not trying to make anybody, I don't want anybody to feel a certain type of way. I'm just pointing out what I've noticed from Cam Newton over the years when it comes to his support for Auburn football. And he's 100% correct in his statement. I don't like to support things that aren't winning. And he hasn't. That's all.
I get where you're coming from. And it could just be all optics too. It could be. I don't know. I hear where you coming from though. I just look at it and just be like, all right, possibility is like, what if Cam? What if? I don't know.
She got a national platform too. You got to think about this. Look, shout out to I Bleed Crimson. I can't believe I'm about to say this, but he had a comment earlier. He was like, Mark Ingram would never do that. See, you don't have to show up on campus to support your team. When you see Mark Ingram on TV, there's no question what university he supports and what university he's rooting for. You know what I'm saying? He makes that very, very clear. Now, they've been winning. We haven't seen them with losing seasons. 5-7,
Right.
Mark Ingram might
Right.
stop
Yeah,
wearing
right.
Clemson suits.
Mark
He
Right.
might
Ingram
start
also
wearing
was a
green
transfer,
suits.
though, Ted.
Yeah.
Right. That is very true. So I'm saying, like, Cam Newton has a platform, a national platform. Like, bro, you can. I don't know. People might say the same thing about me because I don't wear a lot of Auburn stuff. So there's that. I don't know. You know what I mean? But I mean, there's
Since
that.
you got
I don't know. I don't know.
you got
real.
statue at Auburn we don't know about.
You ain't real. You ain't real.
No, I ain't got no statue.
I'm about to say, damn. I'm about to say. Phil Will said, "Man, I
Pay a
think
little
I
tuition.
know where it came from. That actually means more. You pay
Man,
tuition
please
too. That's what
call
I'm saying.
in, bro. Please call in. Give him drop the link and let him call in. Let Phil Will
wanna
call in
Who
right
wanna
now,
call in,
man. Where did it come from, man? Please
talking
tell
about?
us.
What? Oh, you talking about Phil?
Yeah.
Phil. Oh, okay. I thought you
Phil,
were like,
yeah.
I was like, okay.
Please let us know, man. Please.
Oh, okay, man.
He
Big
said-
Sorry
he
said,
what he
man,
said
Cam's
when Auburn
message.
shorts.
He said Cam's message is similar to Prime's last year. Don't play this game solely for the bag if you're not going to produce wins. Hey, that's where it is. That's what it is. Slug Up Dirty said, man, I mean, we are 1 year out of Hugh's foolishness. That is true. That is kind of true. King Richard, man, he said he spoke the
Everybody's
truth.
scarred.
And
Everybody's
sometimes
scarred.
the truth hurts. Yeah, man, he did. None of us disagree. None of us disagree with the words that Cam Newton spoke. We don't disagree with that.
Yeah,
Auburn Express
I don't
said,
disagree
man,
with it, brother.
the Auburn Express. Shout out to Auburn Express. He said, "I'm just happy we have a coach who doesn't like golf." That's what it is, man. Big Sorry said, "If Cam's statements is detrimental to recruiting, then those aren't the players that you should want representing Auburn football." Okay. Brad Brown said, "What up, y'all? Tempering the bug till I see it, but I like what I'm seeing." Yes, it is, man. Alan Brooks, he said, "War Eagle Intruder, what's up, man? What's up, my guy?"
Hold on, Alan.
Phil Will in the chat said, "You got to remember too, Cam has a 7v7 team. He's seen a lot of these kids." Well, yeah, that is true.
Facts. Now that's a solid point, Phil.
That is
I
true.
didn't consider that.
That is true, man. That is true. Tim, the tool man Taylor said, "I think he said that out of frustration. We've been losing for a long time, fellas." Yeah. I mean, that's probably part of it because when you watch it does look like it does look frustrating, man. Alabama Poe, I'm sorry, but I like Jason Campbell better than Cam Newton. Whoa.
Ooh.
Oh, okay. We like Jason Campbell too. We like them all equally. That's what it is. King Richard said, "Man, if recruits follow Cam, then they know how he speaks his mind and they know how he feels about Auburn and what he expects. That comes out of Auburn." Okay. Yeah, that's a fair point right there as well, man. Tim said, "Man, PR department didn't do their jobs." That's where I lean towards this.
Nick, I'm gonna tell you, Nick, man. Sometimes when you watch movies and you watching reels, when you watching like reels, you like, bro, who is filming this? Like watching their friend drown. You know what I'm saying? So you like, bro, who is controlling the camera? And I think you hit the nail on the head, bro. I think it lies with who recording it, because if somebody's recording it and recording me, maybe the first thing I say is, bro, don't put that on Instagram. Don't put that on. You know what I'm saying? Bro, do not put that on social media. You feel what I'm saying? So
yeah,
that's some nuance right there. Like who pressed record and how did it get out? So
yeah,
there's some good nuance with that too, man.
We're gonna keep saying this from the jump. The words that he said are factual. You know, we don't disagree with the words, but when you and I guess that's how everybody is looking at it from the surface. You just looking at it from the surface, you just looking at the words and things and stuff like that. But when you start putting yourself in the position of everybody in that situation, and I know people gonna be like, "Man, y'all being too deep with this and all type." I'm like, okay, fine.
It's talking season.
Exactly, that's what it is. But when you start putting yourself in the situation of everybody that's in that situation, and you start looking at it from that point, I mean, I'm just like, all right, bro. Would you? I just the only reason why I use the WWE example is because you never hear the face of the company or the guys that are considered to be the top guys of the company going out saying that about the company. They always hash their issues out behind closed doors with whatever it is. They always hash them out behind closed doors. Whatever the WWE wants you to see, it's already been vetted and scripted for you to see what it is. to fit a narrative. They ain't about to let nothing come in that's going that's going to damage the brand and not make people watch Mondays, Fridays, and when they put out PLEs. That's all I'm saying. And when I look at it from that perspective, I'm just like, who recorded this? And why would you record
that is the
because when you look at this guy, like when people think about Auburn, you think about Cam Newton. That's the first thing that comes to your mind. You talk about the 2010 season. Your head coach said it. He said it when he said it in an interview. He was like, yeah, when I thought about Auburn, he said the first thing that came to mind was, we thought about Cam Newton. That's what he thought about. And I'm like, yeah, he's the face of the program because that's the last time Auburn was kind of really relevant for real on a national stage, like to the point where they actually won the whole thing. So that's all I'm saying. Right. I mean, that's just how I look at it from that perspective. It is what it is. Alan Brooks, man, if you keep giving money to Freeze, and I hope every week too, if you kept giving money to Freeze, and I hoped every week. Oh, and I hoped every week too, but at a certain point, I get what you're saying. I was reading that wrong. My bad. I think Cam was just saying what all $1 million boosters
man
be saying.
Bro, that's a lot of people, bro.
Yeah, you're right about that.
You know what I'm saying? I donate the
what's up, Wade?
On the victory, man, and it's like, bro, my like 50 cents I donate, I'd be mad.
So Wade, say about the Wade.
What you do? The 14.99 or the 17.99?
I'm cutting my 50 cent. I'm on 50 cent plan. Cut my 50 cent off, man.
Stop playing. You DC gives $17.99 every month, ladies and gentlemen. Just letting y'all know. That's what he does. It is what it is, man. Brad Brown.
We heard a little bit more when you like put money in that thing, bro. it does sting a little bit more than when you can just cut it off, bro. Yeah,
Brad Brown said, Nick, let me tell you, I was 26 years old and taking bombs and mortars in Baghdad, Iraq doing Cam's year. That dude gave me something unexplainable. Hearing him now, just going about my business. Hey, you know what? It's funny because a lot of people say that. Yeah. A lot of people feel that way. Yeah. About him, which is wild to me.
Salute to Brad Browning, man.
Shout out to Brad Browning, man.
Yeah,
shout out to Brad, man.
Taking mortar so we can just talk about Cam Newton on Friday night.
Exactly.
Right,
and shout out to Brad Browning for going fishing. Shout out to Brad Browning for going fishing and telling me about the fish, the different type of fish that I don't know that's past catfish and bass. And then shout out to Brad Browning for that.
You open your knowledge, man.
That's it. The king of the comments, Vail said, Marcus and Nick, if someone said something about BTW and they didn't play, you are not trying to hear someone talk junk about BTW that didn't play. You are correct. You are very right. You are so correct. But I'm not about to say it publicly. You ain't about to see me get on here and be like, man, BTW, man, God, man, you ain't about to see me do this on this platform. That ain't about to happen. I do it off the platform, be like, man, come on, dog. What we doing? Something like that. That's all it is. And to Cam's defense, I don't even know that was supposed to be a public thing. That's why I say I blame the person that's part of recording. You get what I'm saying? So it is what it is, Cam is about the media attention at this point. Y'all could have run a segment that was on him and Brown's interaction, and it would be 100% supportive. Context matters. Very true.
That's fair.
Very true. Yeah. We support the words that came out of his mouth when he of what he said. We just don't support. I just don't like the fact that it was made public. Ladies and gentlemen, let me bring in one guy real quick with us. It is the Rooster himself, the Huggy Bear. Huggy, what's on your mind, my guy? What's up?
Huggy. What's happening, gentlemen?
Chilla. What's on your mind?
It sounds like to me. It's not everybody agrees with the message. They just didn't like the messenger and one particular thing he said. That's kind of what it boils down to. You know what I'm talking about? I agree with what he said, but the little parts like, if we gonna pay you money, we won't. Who's we, Jack? You don't be supporting Auburn when they down. Like I love. I mean, obviously, my profile picture, that dog's first part of his name is Cam. However, it's funny, Nick. You always call kid the Charleston White, because the interview he did with Charleston White and the fallout of that kind of exposed him to me and made me see that he's not outside of football everything he tries to make himself out to be. So it's like the message is true, but you ain't him that's supposed to be bringing that message, bro. You know what I'm talking about? Now, if it was Takeo Spikes, I think it would have came across differently. If it was Darren Bates, it would have came across differently. I just think Cam kind of irks people now. He always be dressing like young Medea or something, with the crazy hats and
come on now, come on,
bro. He looks like Sherlock Holmes and Medea.
We ain't got to talk about what he wearing. We just talking about what he said.
No, he's fresh, bro. He fresh. I mean, he doing his weirdo thing. It is what it is. But all he's missing, I'm telling the truth, Nick. All he's missing is the little glasses that kind of look like your granny would wear them with the little chain to go around him. That's all he's missing with them weird hats and a blazer, bro. That's all I'm saying. He just ain't the one supposed to be bringing that message, and it came off more, for lack of a better term, he come across more like a jackass than somebody trying to get behind Auburn and fire the quote Auburn Nation up. That's just my opinion. That's just what the Rooster thinks. You know.
Here's my rebuttal to that. I think the message in the messenger, it doesn't match. I just think it shouldn't have been made public. That's all I'm saying. Like the message, the message is correct. We can all come out and say that message because we all feel the same way. But I just don't think it should have been made public.
It does look like when you watch the clip that it may be in Cam's defense. It does look like maybe he thought that's what it was.
Snuck and recorded.
Exactly. Yeah, like, or maybe not even snuck. Maybe not even snuck, but he just thought it was off the record, so to speak, and he got a little into his emotions. I'm not crucifying him for it, but I'll give you that. I agree with you too, Nick. It's not something that should be, released, and that's should be those are private conversations. That's not everybody's business.
Exactly. That's all I'm saying. That's it. That should not have been recorded, and that should not, in my opinion, should not have been made public. If you ask me, but it is what it is, man. And people could disagree with it or whatever it is, but I just go back to my WWE analysis. That's all it is. That's it. That's it. I just don't think who's considered to be the top guy or the guy in the company does that. I don't. And they do it, but they do it behind closed doors. So I'm not mad at Cam for saying what he said. I'm just mad at the fact that the person that recorded it put it out there like that for us to have a conversation about it, because that's what happens when something like that comes up. People have conversations about it.
Right.
It is what it is.
I would like to hear more of. I mean, you see that in a little microcosm. I would like to hear more of, if it's going to be made public, for the context of it, because maybe he said something before all of that. Maybe he said something after all of that. If we heard it, it'd be like, well, now he doesn't seem like so much of an a-hole. So you know what I'm talking about? We saw a very, very minute snippet of a much larger conversation. Right. So take that for what it's worth.
Yeah, that's what we said at the beginning. We said when the video started. If you go back and look at the video, when the video starts, it starts in the middle of him, in the middle of a sentence of what he's saying. So we don't know what was said before that. So we did we referenced that at the beginning, which is why I lean more towards the fact that this was not supposed to come out anyway. It's just somebody just recorded it and was like, I'm gonna just get this video of Cam Newton, I'm gonna put it on his page and see what happens. That's just how I got it. That's what I got from it. But
can we agree? At least I think this. Can we agree that if Auburn was coming off all these 6 and 5, 5 and 7 seasons, if you flip them around and they were 9 and 4, 10 and 3s, this, that, and the third, would it have had as much negative connotation if Auburn was on top and not down low? You dig what I'm talking about?
You wouldn't have said it.
Well, yeah, I mean, it wouldn't have made it any more couth, but I think it would have gave it a different perspective, because he does come across that, like, if Auburn does start, slowly coming back up, he will start coming back around a little more. And I mean, I know as fans, we'd like everybody to be like us, and it don't matter if they're 0 and 12, we still gonna show up. But everybody may not like to get down like that, because nobody really wants. It's not like us Auburn fans are happy about all this losing BS and we'd all probably chip in a pinky toe if we win a national championship in the next 2 or 3 years. You know what I'm talking about? So it's just a matter to me of perspective, and everybody's going to have their opinion about it. But it's definitely not the worst thing I've ever heard anybody say about football related goings on. Let's be honest about that.
That's true. There it is, man.
So to Brett, well, you go ahead, read. I got to comment on his comment.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, so the point is he can use his platform to be supportive, even if he's in Philly supportive. Yeah, I don't think I want to put this like I don't think Cam Newton bashes Auburn. That's not what I'm saying. I don't want nobody to think that he's going around just talking bad about Auburn. However, when he speaks, when he's asked about Auburn, he, especially recently, it's always coming from a non-supportive place. Like it is like, when's the last time that you heard the dude say War Eagle? Like, if it's not an interview talking about himself and his time at Auburn, it's usually, man, I don't support that very sentiment. That's why nobody was surprised that he said that, because he said that publicly before. I don't, they're not winning. I don't really like being around it. Whatever. And that's cool. Like, that's cool. But I think sometimes celebrities don't have, specifically, I'm just gonna talk about Cam. I don't think he understands the power in the voice that he has. Like, you are, like we just said, you are Cam Newton. You are the one that can get on here and spark the change that we needed. You know what I'm saying? Like, that energy that you have, that and what you mean to the program 3-4 years ago, with just we were craving something like that. We talk about Takeo, we talk about all these other players that are doing this, and they are doing it positively, but they're not Cam Newton. It's like, I don't know. I'm not even gonna try to come up with a scenario, but I just want y'all to understand, like, we needed this. When we needed this, you were absent. And now it seems like it comes off as, because the program is, we're getting some type of forward movement, is moving in a direction where everybody's been wanting it to go. Now all of a sudden you're here and your message is, oh, well, we don't want, we don't want to pay players, or whatever he said. I don't want to, we saw the clip. It's like, come on, man. Like, don't put that out. Don't do that when we already have it going in that direction. Like I said, the coach himself let go of players because they didn't want to pay him that a ton of money.
No, you 100% right, bro.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm reading the comments, and I don't want nobody in the comments to think that, like, oh, Tez just such and such Cam Newton. It's like, no, I just reckon I would be saying this about anybody. Listen, trust me, there are some Auburn fans in my life right now that don't put on the orange and blue. You know what I'm saying? That I guarantee you, we win 9 games, they're gonna have flags, they're gonna have hats, they're gonna have all of that. I feel the same way about them. So when I said that, like, he's just a dude to me, I wasn't saying it like in no negative way. I'm just saying, like, nah, I look at him the same way. Like, nah, we needed this support. Listen, 100,000 people showed up, sold out. Well, 89,000 people sold out this stadium for the last 4 years. Win, lose, or draw. That is what it means to be an Auburn fan. We talk about these other fan bases because they don't do that. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I'm not trying to, like, just come down on this dude because he's Cam Newton. He's achieved more in his life than I have. He's like, but in any of us that's on this platform right now, he is that guy. But I'm just saying, like, bro, when we needed this, when we needed your presence, when we were sitting here defending this school against the other fan bases that were just saying all kinds of crazy stuff, and we just had to sit up and defend it when it was losing, you were nowhere to be found.
Yep. Which also,
That's
Ted,
all I'm saying.
look, y'all look at it this way too. I was sitting here thinking, Tez, because I agree with everything you're saying, especially like I would echo out of what you just said. Where were you then? But in a weird kind of way, if all the kind of bandwagon Auburn is already jumping back on the bandwagon, that's a good sign that maybe this is the right direction. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of, yeah, nobody likes the bandwagon fan, but when the team is rocking and the bandwagon is, bursting at the seams, nobody seems to care then, because the real fans are always going to be around no matter what. So I think it speaks in a weird way to Golesh that he is, because I've always wished that all the old Auburn legends, even if they didn't do anything after they graduated, I've always wished that the old legends would come and kind of like, maybe not on the same, level, but how Michael Irvin and them be doing. And I love that about college football, when the old, especially the old legends and studs come back. Like, no, there's a standard, and it's almost like when the old guard comes back, it's like they're coming in to check and make sure that everybody's still representing that AU righteously. You dig what I'm talking about?
We're gonna get one more. We're gonna get one more. Well, Calvin Peterson with the $2 super chat. Shout out to Calvin, man. He said I'm an Auburn fan, 365 days a year. We appreciate that, man. Shout out to Darius Holden. What's up, man?
Darius.
So the movement we're talking about is what it feels like anytime there's a new coach. Cam is not a Johnny come lately. I swear Cam has showed up a few times while we've been losing.
I showed up every time.
I get what you're saying. We're gonna let and shout out to Darius, man. Appreciate you so much for coming around the water cooler with us, man. We're gonna let the king of the comments come in and get his comment, and then we're gonna get out of here, man. So this is the last comment, and we gotta get out. It's Friday night.
Man,
This got paid.
I don't know why y'all on Cam, man. Cam been talking about us, man. This ain't the first time Cam spoke out, man.
Right.
We said that.
This ain't the first. Cam always supporting, man. Matter of fact, he had on Auburn shorts when the man asked him a question. So at the end of the day, Cam always been supporting. When Hugh Freeze, when we fired Hugh Freeze, Cam said Auburn deserved better. He's supposed to have an attitude. We lost when we retired this man's jersey. So you mean to tell me this man don't need to have an attitude about what's going on right now?
Yeah, we don't disagree with you about that. I'm just no, we don't disagree with you about it. I'm disagreeing with the fact that it was made public. That's all.
Well, it don't look like he was trying to have that put out. It looked like somebody caught him on the side.
That's all I'm saying. That's what I've been saying for the past 35 minutes.
I agree with that.
That's literally what I've been saying for the past 35, 40 minutes.
I've been hearing you, but Ted's like, man, he don't never come around when we're losing. Like, yeah, he do. Don't nobody be looking for Cam.
Not like Bo Jackson.
Bo Jackson don't come around.
Bro, you don't have to look for Cam Newton, bro. It's Cam Newton.
But don't nobody ask about what Cam Newton think when we losing. Don't nobody do that. Don't nobody ask Bo Jackson. So what you think about this going on, Bo, when we losing games? Don't nobody do that.
Then nobody asked him this. Where we going?
Somebody had to ask him if he came out and said something. Somebody asked him a question because it looked like he was answering the question. Don't look like he just randomly said, "Hey,
true."
We need to be playing.
It also looked like he was in the workout facility working out.
Yeah, it looked like he was working out
with Auburn apparel on. Yeah,
exactly.
You think he brought them, or they probably had?
Well, that's what
he probably work out with them on a regular basis. Who knows?
I don't know, but I'm just saying, like, bro, it is what it is. Like, I'm not finna. I can't argue whether he's been. I don't know what he's done, right? Because he quote Jay-Z, anonymous to anonymous is the greatest form of support. So he may be donating wazoos of money to Auburn and everything and not telling nobody. So I can't speak on that. All I can speak on is what I see. And I see ambassadors for other schools behaving differently than an ambassador for ours. That's all.
And there it is, man. So get your last statement in because we about to get up out of here.
So what other ambassadors for our schools have you seen? Because I don't see nobody for our school except Charles Barkley, Bo Jackson, and Cam Newton.
Okay.
Who other? I mean,
No, Spike we talk about Auburn all the time.
I mean, so does Cam Newton. I've seen Cam Newton say more about Auburn than I say Takeo Spike.
Okay.
But when you ask who beat, and that'd be the one. You don't want to leave him off the list. Like he's, no offense to Cam Newton, but I think Takeo Spikes is a much bigger. If you look at just Auburn, he's higher up on the totem pole than Cam Newton. All due respect.
Whoa, wait a minute.
What?
Okay. We're gonna end on that one right there. That's a whole other conversation.
I mean, no disrespect to Cam, but Takeo Spikes is like a freak of nature prototype linebacker, bro. No offense. Cam was a freak of nature, but no, bro, we're not gonna disrespect Takeo like that, man.
Ain't nobody disrespect
but Takeo Spikes, but nah.
You ain't not gonna put Takeo over Cam Newton, sir. We're not gonna do that.
Absolutely. That's what you heard what the Rooster said. The Rooster ain't crowing no lies, Jack. Let Nicholas in this show, Terrell. It's always getting weird when you come in, bro. You know what's happening.
Man, you said some weird shit then. That's what you did.
Look at you. You're going to get my man struck down by the YouTube gods, bro. This is egregious.
Man, we're an hour in. I can say shit.
He said, what?
He said, I can say it.
That's what Darius said. What? What was
Marcus, how'd you grow up with this guy and survive, bro?
Oh my god. All right, let's get out of here, man. Let's get out of here. Bro,
I want to give a shout out to DC the Godfather. Without you, none of this would be possible. DC, you the Godfather, you the first.
Salute, Travell.
You the Moses of this shit, bro.
Salute, Travell.
I told y'all DC be like the disappointed stepdaddy, sometimes shaking his head like these damn kids, bro.
It is hilarious, man.
This is wild.
Listen, the sentiments from Tez are Tez's
love
and
them
Tez
both, but
alone.
what?
I do not represent anybody else. Hell, man.
It just seemed like everybody. I can just feel everybody just saying a collective. Wait, what? Huggy? What did you just say? When he said that? When you said that, I'm pretty sure a collective people were like, huh?
What you talking about? Like the Takeo Spikes, bro?
Yes.
That's definitely not the wildest thing that at least the Roosters ever said. But that's not that wild. If you talk about,
yeah, it is kind of.
I'm talking about specifically Auburn football, bro. No, I'm just saying.
You mean a better player or like?
No, I'm talking about in his aura, his Auburn legend status. Like, I'm not saying he's a better athlete or this, that, and the third. But if we're going to take it there, no, he's definitely a freaking nature athlete and a prototypical linebacker.
I'm gonna end it right here. I'm gonna end it right here. In the words of Darius Holder, I love them both, but what? All I'm gonna say is this. Cam Newton had an undefeated season. He won a Heisman Trophy and was the #1 overall pick from Auburn. And since he's left, the closest Auburn has gotten back to that was 13 seconds away from winning the national championship. That's it.
His offense coordinator was a head coach.
That's all.
I guess what Huggy is saying is what Gregory McCourt put in there.
Yeah,
Cam was a great player, but Takeo was a true. I get it from that standpoint. When you start talking about the Cadillacs and the Takeos, like those are true.
Yeah. That's all I'm saying.
People.
Man, that's like comparing Michael Jackson to Tito.
Okay, let's get out of here. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been a great show.
Tito
been a great show. This has been a great show. We appreciate y'all so much for rocking with us here, man. Make sure y'all
gave him the flow,
man. Make sure y'all go subscribe to these YouTube channels. Subscribe to SEC's what I got Tez. Megacast. I got DC Wolf over at Auburn Addis TV. Dustin over at El Tempo Podcast. Be Sharp over at Sharpshooter Sports Talk. Vandy Chris over at Go to Broom Podcast and Anchor Down Live Podcast. I got the Huggy Beard himself on YouTube and on YouTube, and of course, the legend himself, Bubba and the Old Man, Auburn Sports Talk on YouTube. JMHO Sports Talk, what I got, Coach Sean on the Block Sports with Coach Carl, and of course, Dylan over at the College Loop. Make sure you support the people that support Water Cool Talk Sports. I got DJ. Follow him on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube at Hollywood_media. It's Hollywood with an EY. Follow him there, man, and follow him on Facebook at Hollywood Media with 2 A's, man. We appreciate y'all so much. Mess with the people that mess with Water Cool Talk Sports, man. We appreciate y'all so much. Adelines by Chef Country, man. 2371 Highway 14 in Tarpleville, Alabama, man. Make sure you go there and check out our guy Kid Country, man. We will be there October 17, 2026 for the Auburn versus Georgia game, man. So put it on your calendar. If you want to go there before the end, go take a day trip there, man. Check out our guy, Chef Country, man, at Ada Lines, man. Also, man, if you have not viewed this video yet with our guy Hayden Coleman, 2028 prospect from Theodore High School, man, 90 total tackles last year as a sophomore. Just received his first offer from Memphis. At the time when we did the interview, he had just got back from an unofficial visit to LSU. Gonna be a rising name in the class of 2028 in these next upcoming months when it comes to recruiting. So go check out that interview. We had a sit down with him there, man. So check that out with our guy Hayden Coleman. And of course, follow us on our social medias, man. Follow us at Cooler Spot 23 on Twitter, at the Water Cooler Talk on Instagram and TikTok, at the Water Cooler Talk podcast on Facebook, and of course, visit our website, www.watercoolertalksports.com. Again, it's www.watercoolertalksports.com for all of your college football, SEC football, Auburn football, and of course, football recruiting information there. www.watercoolertalksports.com. Man, we about to get up out of here, man. We appreciate y'all so much, man, for rocking with us here around the water cooler. We'll be back Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. We'll be back here. DC Wolf will be on there Sunday, which is Easter Sunday. We'll be on there Sunday afternoon. Maybe. I think we will be 5 p.m. 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Central over on Have You Heard over on Auburn Addicts TV, man. So go check us out over there as well. Dustin is doing a show tomorrow morning on Saturday. I will not be on there because I have a prior engagement, but go check out the show that we normally do on Sunday mornings at 9 a.m. It's going to happen tomorrow, Saturday morning, I believe at 9 a.m. I won't be on there because I already had a prior engagement. But go check out. I got Dustin over at the Uptempo Podcast, and go check him out over there as well with that, man. Fellas, anything else before we get up out of here? Any last words before we move?
War Eagle.
There it is. There it is. We are out this thing, man. We appreciate y'all so much for rocking with us here around the water cooler. We will be back Monday, 8 p.m. to 7 p.m. Central. As always, you all have a good one. Better yet, y'all have a great one. Y'all be blessed, man. Make sure y'all give the man upstairs above his, because he deserves all the praise and all of the glory. Yes, he does. Ladies and gentlemen, we will see you when we see you. And as Martin wrote on the wall when he walked out of the apartment for the last time on the Martin show, he wrote 2 words. He wrote, one, love. We out this mug. Y'all be blessed. Y'all be easy. Happy Easter weekend. And have a great one. We out.
This has been a presentation of Water Cooler Talk Sports.